When you've lived through abuse of some kind, you'll be able to understand. But when you never walked in a mile of someone's shoes that's lived through abuse and that's seen abuse in any kind of form, you will never understand. Alright, you guys, it's be your boy Scotty, and we're here for the conclusion of the documentary entitled Surviving R. Kelly. And this one was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, part 5 and 6 was something serious. Like, you know, you got a mother who reunited with her daughter. You got two parents that's still looking for their daughter. You got another set of parents that's still trying to find their daughter and never got a chance to speak. And then you got a woman that was abused. You got another woman who was once a super fan and got abused. And you got a girl, probably the smartest person out of the bunch, that basically got herself out of there. Just like that. We're going to get into it the best way I can because this is a lot to talk about, okay? So, I'm not going to stay on this long because, you know, I've gotten annoyed with this topic at this point because I just feel like people just can't seem to get their heads out of, well, not their heads, but get their mouths off R. Kelly's dick for just 1 second. It's like people just don't understand what it's like to be in this situation. You know, people are so quick to say whatever it is they want to say. You know, they want to judge. They want to say this. Just because we have strong opinions on R. Kelly and the things that he decided to do with these young girls does not mean that we're judging. It's a matter of calling a person out on their shit. I've been called out on my shit. Sometimes I didn't want to hear it, but I've been called out on my shit. So what makes R. Kelly so different that he can't be called out on his shit? His disgusting ass shit. The world may never know. Kitty Jones was a former DJ for a radio station. She met R. Kelly. They instantly hooked up. She left her job to move and be with R. Kelly. But one of her friends informed her about the video that he did a couple of years prior with Sparkle's niece. She was offended and pissed off just due to the fact that her friend would even tell her that, and she felt protective over R. Kelly because that was her boyfriend. Mind you, this woman is like 30-something years old. So, you know, you would think that she would have more sense than that. But who am I to judge? I'm 29 and I still made fucked up decisions in regards to a man. We all have, especially a man that we love. And at this point, she's deeply involved with him. So it is what it is. She watches the video and she realizes that that's the same woman that he introduced her to. So basically, in a nutshell, Sparkle's niece is still somewhere around R. Kelly. Still around. It's crazy, right? It's like he has a hold on these people, and it's like he's so manipulative and he can easily brainwash these girls' mind and train them to do whatever he wants them to do. Sick. She got cursed out by him, and he told her that he was going to whoop her ass when she came back to Chicago. But instead, she went to Chicago anyway and got her ass beat. And you know, a lot of us said, why would you go back? I know I said it on Twitter. But I had to remind myself that my mother was a victim of domestic violence for many, many years. My mother was with my stepdad since I was the age of 4. She didn't leave my stepdad, until, let's see, they got together in 93. I was 4 years old. He wasn't officially out of our lives until 2015. Came back for a short time in 2017. But he's gone. He's my youngest brother's dad. You know, a lot of people, including me and my sister, would be like, why is she going back? 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 Why can't she leave? You know, when a person is going through domestic violence, it's like you're basically being a prisoner in your own house and don't even know it. You're dealing with the man that's controlling. And if I could just reference to what Andrea Kelly said about when she spoke out about her abuse, it was just like it mirrored everything about my ex stepfather. He'll get mad with you for anything. If you said something the wrong way, if you did something wrong, well, if you breathe wrong, he'll get mad. You know what I'm saying? And some people that were abused, that go through domestic violence and they take it, they probably experienced some childhood trauma. Just like my mom did. My mother was abused by her mom. You know, she was beaten by her mom every time she went to go visit her in Chicago every summer. And she was molested. And she was raped in college. So my mother has a background with abuse and child molestation and rape, which is why I'm very sensitive to this topic. And it's kind of like when I see people on Facebook and Twitter going in and victim shaming and not holding him accountable for what the fuck he did, it sickens me. You know what I'm saying? It really does sicken me. But whatever. It's a mental battle when you're going through domestic violence. It's a mental battle. You feel like you don't have any control when all you have to do is get up and walk away. But it's easier said than done. You have to go through cycles to walk away. You got to get up the nerve to walk away. You got to keep up the courage to walk away. You got to do whatever the fuck you can to walk away. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the basis of the situation. She was mentally abused. She was, you know, hypnotized by this man. And when she finally did leave, she was scared. She called him and she knew that if he answered that phone, she would be right back in his clutches. And luckily he did not answer the phone and she moved on. And that was a 30-something-year-old woman. I felt bad for her in a sense, because it's like you fall in love with this man, you feel loyal to him, you feel indebted to this man, and it's like he took advantage of your kindness. He took advantage of your weakness. Like he knew what your weaknesses was and he took advantage of that. And now you're his punching bag. You know what I mean? So that kind of weirded me out, because, you know, a lot of us was like, this bitch 30 and she was going through this, but hell, my mama was going through it for a long time, for over 20 years. You know, it happened to me indirectly by living in the house with her. But that's why topics of abuse and molestation and school bullying are all sensitive to me, because I've experienced at least some of that or been around it. So it always gets to me. I forgot what the girl name was, but I know her last name was McGee. I don't know, she was an older girl. She was a super fan of R. Kelly. She finally met him. He gave her his number and all of that stuff, and they decided that they were going to date. They dated. They met up. You know, he flew her out. They were having sex. You know, it was all consensual. And it was all gravy until she went to his house. And there was other girls there. And he let her know up front that there was other girls. And she accepted that. She respected him for being honest about having other women, when the man from her past wasn't honest about having other women. Crazy, huh? Ain't that crazy? He's blatantly telling you that he got other bitches around, but you accept it because he's honest about it. Crazy. It's crazy how that goes. And so When she gets to the house, it's not fun anymore. They revisit the old house that R. Kelly lived in. This woman was so traumatized to walk in that house, she couldn't even go in the room she slept in. But what she did do was go in the room that used to be the black room. Everything was black. The furniture was black. The wallpaper was black. Black curtains, black everything. And she said everything that happened in that room was disgusting and degrading. She never thought that she would have anything like that happen to her. And it happened to her. You could tell that she was traumatized. You could tell that she couldn't deal with it. It was pretty sad to watch her go through that. I felt goosebumps looking at that. Like, I felt like, oh my God. And people want to say this shit ain't true. Like, people want to say that this didn't happen. Are you serious? Did you not see the way this woman looked when she walked in the house? Did you see how tormented she was when she came back? That was a scary sight to see. Unless she's a well-paid actress and she needs to be in every movie we got. That was too much for me. To see her revisit the place that ruined her. Baby. Too much. Too much. What was this woman's name? I remember her last name. It was Kramer. Her daughter was named Dominique. She was actually friends with the other girl that wrote, I cannot remember these people's names, but she was on the last one when she told us how she was, he took her virginity or whatever. Her friend was Dominique, and they would never be able to see each other in the house or whatnot. So from what they were saying, Dominique had cut all her hair off, and he made her into a boy. And he fantasized about her being a boy. And he practically made her his boy toy in a sense. Like, she straight up became like a whole stud or whatever. Then this other girl named Joycelyn was there. And her parents hadn't seen her in years. So there was this other couple. They were obviously from Florida. And what was the girl's name? Israel, something like that. They went to a concert. She went to a concert with her parents. It was an R. Kelly concert, and it was for his birthday. Why they had her at an R. Kelly concert and she's 17, I don't know. He pulled her to the stage, and basically, he picked her. She could sing, and she thought that this was going to be her big break. She was going to meet R. Kelly alone. And the parents found out, and they were flabbergasted. They knew about his past, but they didn't care. And see, this is where I fought the parents that, because if you know this motherfucker past, you don't let your daughter go nowhere by herself with him. You don't allow that. Now, like I said in my last video, because I watched my very first one, and it kind of came across like I was contradicting myself, because on the first one I said, where were the parents? But on the second one I was like, your parents aren't going to always be with you every time you do something. So that was pretty much a contradiction. See, a nigga like me can admit when he's contradicting himself. So I know that you can't be with your kids at every given moment. I know you cannot. I know you're not going to see everything. I know that it's something you're going to miss. But when you know about these allegations, this man was in a videotape with a girl, all about these court, everything, and you're going to allow that to happen. When she went to that hotel room the first motherfucking time to go meet him by herself, that should have been the end of it. Point blank, that should have been the end of it. Now, I side-eyed that particular couple. Now, her daddy was fine as fuck. But that's something else. But I just feel like they made a lot of dumbass decisions. It's just like watching a cartoon. It's just like watching Tom trying to catch Jerry, and Tom keep making dumbass decisions and keep letting Jerry slip away. Like, that was all their fault. And the fact that they can't even find, the fact that they haven't seen nor talked to their daughter in God knows how long is ridiculous, okay? And it's sad, you know what I mean? And they can't even contact her. And by the end of the show, they were trying to find her, and I was hoping that they did, and they did not. They did not find her. And I felt so bad for them. Because they were really trying to find their daughter, and they cannot find her for shit. Like, R. Kelly got these girls so damn controlled, they can't even get away. And from what I heard, this particular little girl tried to get away, and they caught her. Crazy as hell, ain't it? Then the Dominique situation. The mama was not letting up, honey. She went to one hotel. They said go across the street to the other one. They called Dominique Garner's room. Dominique wouldn't come down. The manager took the mama up there. Dominique opened the door. It's like she couldn't show no emotion. She hugged her mama and everything. Joyce Lynn was in the room with her. Dominique called her mama. They cried that whole crying session. She said, come back to the hotel at 6. The mama was ready for her, baby. She was not taking no prisoner. She was ready for her. Came back at 6. They said she was trespassing. Practically said Dominique said that was not her mama and that she called the police on her. So I'm sitting up here like, they had us fooled for a minute because I'm like, now why would she do that to her own mama? That is so fucked up. R. Kelly really got these girls' minds rattled at this point, okay? Like, she, like, for real, for real. But then, Dominique calls her mama. And she was like, I tried to call, but, you know, I came, but they said you called the police on me and said I wasn't your mom. The phone hung up, but she was not going to give up. She went back in the hotel room, you know, called on that phone in the bathroom. Next thing you know, Dominique was out there with her. They was running to the car. Dominique did not want no cameras on her. That was cool. She cried like hell, and she rescued her. Now at the end of the show, they said 3 days after her mama rescued her, she went back to R. Kelly, but she's back with her mom now. And I thought that was probably the most tear-jerking moment throughout the whole show. Like that, my heart was racing. Like that was my child that was looking for me. Then we got Faith. She seemed to be very level-headed. I forgot what she said she met him at, but she met him when she was 19. And there was a lot going on when she finally did, you know, go to his house and all of that stuff, and she stayed with him and stuff. Met Jocelyn, and it's like she jumped up on him like she was a puppy. Like Joyce Lynn jumped on him like he was a puppy, and like when he wasn't around, she was a robot. That's how sick and misogynist this is. Like he got this girl wrapped around his finger. Like Joyce Lynn is something serious, for real, for real. And they was saying that the girl that he would go to bed with was Ezreal. Like Craig, like he had sex with her when she was 17, all of that stuff. So it was kind of like, okay, Faith saw what was going on and she hauled ass, okay? She talked to Joyce Lynn's parents and told them what was going on with her and everything. Like she didn't give a fuck. She put that shit on blast, okay? Went, got tested and had herpes. So this nigga giving out diseases too. She was the smartest one. She did not let his ass make it, period. She was the smartest bitch out of everybody. I fucks with Faith. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if she was the one that wrote the motherfucking book. Shit. She was the smartest one out of everybody. She was smarter than the damn parents. Like, she was not for that shit. She sued his ass. She wasn't for it. I fuck with Faith all the way through. I fucks with her, okay? Straight up. I do. But I just want to say that it's sad that two of these parents don't even get to see their daughter, don't even know what their daughter look like right now. The only thing they can see is on TMZ and everything like that. Like, it's fucking sad to me, you know? And you also, not only is R. Kelly held accountable, but the people that work for him that knew that this shit was going on should also be held accountable. It's like he got a whole damn Playboy mansion. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the fuck this is, but they're all young girls. And it's sad. It's really sad. And I already know that after all of this is over, they're still gonna ride for R. Kelly. They're still gonna act like he's perfect. They're still gonna, you know, defend him. If you like his music, that's cool, because I still like his music. I like the music he's written for other people. That's not gonna change. I love music of all kinds. But as a person, I cannot defend him. I can't. It's disgusting. It's sick. It's just vile. You know? I can't. I don't see how anyone can support anyone like that. Like, I don't see how anybody can be defending him. Like, you defending him, but you shaming the people that he victimizing. You know? But that's all I'm gonna say on this. That's all I'm gonna say on this. I'm done talking about surviving R. Kelly. I don't want to have to talk about this shit no more. Because this particular documentary has brought out the worst in certain people. It's some people that I'm thinking about unfollowing because of this shit. They sound ridiculous. But this is my last review on surviving R. Kelly. I hope y'all enjoyed my last two videos. I hope y'all take everything that I say, and I hope y'all, you know, this. I can't even say I hope y'all were entertained, because this ain't really nothing to be entertained by. You know, we're going to get back to the entertainment when Married to Medicine and Housewives come on tomorrow. But you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. But y'all, I'm done talking about this. I am drained, and I am out of here, you guys. Check out Live with Leah, Ashley Miller, and Bounty Blue. I think all three of them did recaps on Surviving R. Kelly. And if I'm not mistaken, Bianca Brooks did, and so did Lady Nika. I'm out here, y'all. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.